Decks. Everyone has one. From the homemade decks made with pure love to the meta slave decks, forged in the mountains of despair. Decks in Clash Royale are what you are about, your identity. How you take your towers, how you win, there's many things to be said, that's why I'm making these videos. It's inspired by a series of a similar name, by Soundsmith, a Team Fortress 2 YouTuber. If you don't know, I will basically talk about some of the most used decks, archetypes in Clash Royale, and then list some stereotypes associated with playing them. Really simple stuff, remember, this is just a parody and shouldn't be taken seriously really. Enough with the PR talk, let's start with... What is there to know about Beatdown? This is a very controversial archetype, because it's really strong. With the Vines, Evo Baby Dragon meta last season it was tough. Beatdown is very simple in concept like most of the decks on this list. You take tower and then you take king tower, okay? I mean, you could defend the opposite lane push, but why do that when you're looking at the bigger picture, you know? You're looking for that recrown. These decks normally use a main tank like Lava Hound and Golem if your family still kinda loves you. But if they don't, if you have no love in your family, you use Elixir Golem. These decks prioritize offense, like real big pushes. Pushes your opponent can't even think of defending. And I'm gonna guess that's why you picked this deck, you piece of shit. You don't know how to defend. Why play the game at this point? You clearly don't like to play by the rules and take fun out of every activity you participate in. For Beatdown users, I'm gonna guess you evict single mothers from their apartments and expect a mandatory 200% tip every month.
Well, my collar's blue and my neck is red. I've been working like a dog.
Control. You have two options here really. Or you go with a heavenly, minor poison type deck, or you go with a disgusting graveyard deck. Either you are the most skilled defender known to Earth, or you gamble your entire tower damage every time you spend 5 elixir on this skitty card. I guess I'm not gonna talk much about Miner, he's a chill dude, you know, he takes his kids fishing on the weekends. But graveyard users, we need to have a talk. Especially if you play those skitty graveyard freeze decks. I'm gonna guess you like to give unavoidable damage that you don't even control to your opponent. You think that placing Giant Evo Witch at the back is the most skillful play any clasher can make. I'm guessing you watch Jinxie, which is probably the worst offense. But don't worry, no one will ever complain about your deck because you can't even find it in mid-ladder. If you play Graveyard, you swear on your friend's life at least twice a week and bet the house on black. If you play Miner, no one cares, and if you play Royal Giant, which is also technically a control deck, you are also worse than Stalin. Cycle decks are as old as time itself. If you cycle to Mr. T fast enough, your opponent won't have an answer for him, it's simple. But on a realer note, it's amazing what some of these players can defend, you know? I hate them, but still, it's kinda cool that they can stop the entire US army with one musketeer, a cannon and a nice golem to kite. If you play these kind of decks, you probably think you're like the master manipulator of the friend group, master of dark prince psychology, and your friends probably hate you. They think you're annoying because you are always glazing 2.6. Like man, it's getting kinda serious. Your friend told you that his grandma died when she was struck by a truck last week. And the first thing you said wasn't, "Hey man, I'm really sorry for your loss." It was, "Why didn't she kite the truck with a nice goal?" You're making low arena players think that they have to play your slop cycle to prove they are good on Reddit. Like they don't even know placements. They go against skill cycle Bobby decks every single game. Just give them a damn Inferno Tower, please and thank you. If you're a cycle player, you probably think you are a chess grandmaster and could survive a school shooting with a nice spirit and skeleton. The game is in the name. We spam at the bridge and we are meta, okay? These types of decks would have a better reputation if they didn't have bridge and spam in the name. But anyways, on the internet everyone swears that this deck is so skillful. And I kinda see it. There are many counters nowadays, but can you seriously complain? Your deck is so fucking annoying to play against. You put back at the bridge, buddy, you're not Einstein. Pray they don't have recruits or another hard counter, because then you really aren't going to play the game. And don't even start with the Boss Bandit ones. I like Boss Bandit for her personality, but this card needs to be publicly executed.
Created that deck. Can you talk about why you guys think it's been so good in CRL 2025?
I think the main thing about the deck is that the Boss Bandit is really broken and it probably should be nerfed.
You heard it here from the GOAT. One more time for Mo Light, who'll be back.
I get champions are supposed to be special and cool and do cool shit, you know? But this card just makes no fucking sense. She teleports across the map, can use her ability like 2 times, deals so much fucking damage to your tower if you let her touch it for a microsecond. If you play BridgeSpam, you live under a bridge and scare people at night when you are rummaging through the trash to find something to eat. Siege. Not the game. One of the most, if not the most hated deck archetype. And it's not because of a mindless bait decks with mortar in it. No. It's because of a little card named X-Bow. A card with so much aura that even the slight mention of it can cause innumerous rants, filled by a rage about how it's no skill. But let's be real, it takes skill. Normal X-Bow, I hate it, but I completely understand that there are many ways to win. But when you put Elixir Pump in there, I just want you to f***ing die. Like, are you gonna spell the X-Bow or the Pump? Too late, you missed your placement by a picosecond. And your opponent already called the Avengers to defend that X-Bow, like... I just wanna... Your skill, yeah, claps to you. Just make sure to shower once in a while. If you play this deck, you literally have no life outside the game. You live in the arenas, let's be honest, and in a medieval setting, they don't take many showers, so you fit right in. We're in the big leagues now. As the last deck archetype, we have the infamous bait decks. When I think of bait decks, I think of 3. Log bait, fireball bait and hyper bait. They belong to the same category, but each of them is like a distant cousin. First you have log bait. Your typical brain dead gameplay of spamming goblin barrels and praying your opponent makes a slight mistake placing their spell and you end up getting 700 damage anyways. You can run Priestess or Goblin Dart in most normal decks, but the objective is to bait out their small spell and hope they don't have 2, because then you're Then you have Fireball bait, piggies, barbs, flying machine, recruits. It really is the worst kind of playstyle in my opinion, next to the next one we're gonna talk about. I could say it's like log bait, but it really isn't. This one is much more annoying than log bait. Because of the recruit split piggies all game, you're bound to get some damage, you know? And now, for the winner of the most degenerate playstyle in the entire game. The Voldemort of Clash Royale. It's as annoying as normal log bait, and as spammy as fireball bait recruits. And wouldn't you know, it's strong as fuck, man. Like seriously, it's the worst of both worlds. It's not fun for anyone, and you are a coward if you play this deck. If you play bait, you gaslight your friends IRL and no one trusts to be around you. You are a criminal and should be put in jail. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I may have missed some niche banger decks, but like, I'm only human. As always, don't be too hung up on the jokes, it's not an attack on anyone, it's just a silly video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I see you next time. Peace.